Hey guys, Brandon here. I'm here to talk to you today about the new Bowtech Carbon Icon. The Carbon Icon is 2015 bow. You'll see it's probably going to be the direct replacement for the Carbon Knight from Bowtech. And in a lot of ways it's really similar to that bow, and there's a couple new features for this year, although I think you can still buy a Carbon Knight at this time. The first thing you'll notice about this bow is that it is very light. It's only 3.2 pounds bare bow, and that's because it uses the Knight riser, which is Bowtech's carbon riser for their bows. I guess it's probably a carbon-filled plastic is my guess. And you'll see this same riser on a few bows, the first of which is the Diamond by Bowtech, that Carbon Cure. Then you see it on the Carbon Knight from Bowtech, you see it on the Carbon Icon, you see it on the Carbon Overdrive, and also on the Carbon Rose. And so this Icon is kind of the middle ground there, the Diamond bow, Carbon Cure being a single cam bow, and this being the first dual cam bow. Certainly the Carbon Overdrive is a bit faster, but you pay quite a bit more for that, and then this kind of falls in the middle around there. So this is a 335 IBO bow. We'll talk a little bit more about the speed in a little bit. And I bought it with the RAK package, which is Bowtech's kind of ready, aim, kill, they call it, which means that it came with a few accessories. The first of which is this quiver, nice bow mounted quiver. It came with a wrist strap, adjustable wrist strap, which is nice if you like an open-handed grip like I do. It came with a stabilizer, which is really pretty basic, although it's kind of flashy with that hollow machine feature and a little bit of adjustable or removable weight there. And then it came with a rest and a sight. And I actually removed the sight and replaced it with my own Spot Hog sight that I prefer. And then the rest is one of those capture types, the little triple toothbrush, it's sort of the competitor to the Whisker Biscuit. And I took that off too, replaced it with you know, a drop away rest, because that's what I prefer. But overall, for $100 more, you can get the RAK package compared to the bare bow. And to be totally honest, for $100 you'd have a really hard time buying a stabilizer, a sling, a sight, a rest, a quiver, you know, peep, a loop, all that kind of stuff. And so it's probably worth it for most folks to buy the RAK equipped bow. And when you do that, you get all those things with the bow. And then you can do like I did and swap some of it out if you want to. I think I still saved money even though I didn't use the sight or the rest, given that I got these things that I did use, the quiver, you know, stabilizer, sling, loop, and all that stuff for $100 difference from the standard price. And so that's kind of my take on those things. Some things about this bow that you'll notice, like I mentioned, it is a dual cam bow, so it's got a pretty aggressive draw cycle. It's rated at 335 feet per second IBO. I'm shooting about a 390 grain arrow, 100 grain field point in the blazer veins, you know, a 65, 85 spine arrow. At 390 grains, and I'm getting 304 feet per second. So, you know, the IBO rating for that 350 grain arrow, these are more of a hunting oriented arrow, and I'm still getting over 300 feet per second. So nothing to scoff at. If you want a faster bow, a carbon bow from Bowtech, you're gonna have to get the overdrive. You're gonna pay $300-400 more, and you're gonna get, you know, 3% faster IBO speed. So it's up to you whether you think that's worth it. For me, it wasn't worth it. So how is this one different from the Overdrive or from the Knight? When you compare it to the Overdrive, a little bit different cam, so a little bit slower speed. When you compare it to the Knight, it's the same IBO speed. And so the only difference you'll see on this bow compared to the Knight is it's got the new flip disc module, and hopefully you can see that on there. The flip disc is this little cam module you see bolted to the cam there. There's one on both sides. And it's got this feature where you can take that disc off, turn it over, bolt it back on, and you can get two different cam profiles out of this bow. One's a little more aggressive, gives you the full IBO rated speed. The other one's a little bit less aggressive. It's supposed to be a comfort setting. And you lose, according to the bow shop, and I didn't try it, about 15 feet per second on this bow. I don't see myself using that. It is a nice selling feature if if you want to set it to the comfort mode and just forget it. They market it as something that you could change in different parts of the season, maybe like the comfort setting when it's cold out. I could see it maybe being something that helps you resell this bow if you want to flip it to the comfort mode, and maybe you can sell it to somebody who doesn't want the real aggressive cam cycle that you get out of a dual cam bow like this. And so maybe it's something that helps you if you want to sell this secondhand eventually. It's up to you. For me, it wasn't a big selling factor. Like all or most Bowtech bows, this is an adjustable draw length. It's really nice. You can adjust it just by loosening screws on the cam, tightening into a different setting, moving the draw stop. It does have a hard draw stop. You see it there on the cam. That does provide a firm back wall. It's an 80% let off bow, and this one's set at 72 pounds, so it's a 70-pound rated bow. We cranked it all the way down, it came out to 72 pounds. And really, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Really smooth draw cycle, nice speed, 304 feet per second at the 70-pound setting like I mentioned. Super light, I mean, 3.2 pounds with nothing on it. This is the reason I bought this bow. Shoots really smooth, pretty quiet. I'll show you guys some shots in a little bit, and you can hear how it sounds and see how it goes. Some people don't like the lightweight. Some people pick this thing up and they say, oh, it feels like a kid's bow or it feels like a toy. And some people don't like the weight you lose for the stability of your shot. You know, if you think about what we're doing anytime we put a stabilizer on the bow, you're adding weight to the bow, hoping that it'll help you stabilize your shot. And so if you take the whole riser and make it lighter, you trade that off. Now, for someone like me, I want to carry this thing for long days in the field. I don't tree stand hunt or anything like that, so I'm willing to trade that stability for the lightweight for the ease of packing this thing. And so for me, that's really the reason I like this this particular model of bow. Now again, you know, you can get a faster bow. You can get an RPM 360, you can pay a little more on things a little bit heavier. You can get a carbon overdrive and you can get up in the 340 something feet per second range on the IBO rating, which again is only, you know, a few percent faster, but you're going to pay quite a bit more. You're going to pay almost 50% more for that bow. So in my opinion, the reason I bought this bow is that it's a really good bargain for what you get. You get a nice fast bow, it's super light, comes well equipped, you can swap some stuff out if you want to, and you're not going to break the bank. One other thing to note is that if you compare, you know, other carbon bows, like for example the Hoyt, the cheapest Hoyt carbon bow is quite a bit more expensive than this. So I wouldn't call this a budget bow. You know, the Diamond maybe is more of a budget bow, but it certainly is a good deal if you're trying to get a long way with your dollar. And as all Bowtechs are, you know, it's made in America, made in Eugene, Oregon, which, you know, is kind of nice for those of us who care. But yeah, overall it's a great bow. You'll see me shoot it a little bit, and you'll see how it sounds and how fast it goes. One thing to note, I did have a little bit of trouble. I had one of the cables fray on this within 50 shots of getting it. Not sure if it was set up from the bow shop or something I was doing. Took it in, put a new cable on. Of course it's warranty, lifetime warranty like most Bowtech bows are. And I haven't had any issues since, but just something to note, you know, I don't want to be 100% overly positive about this thing. I do want to mark, you know, where I had trouble. One other thing to note, this is a dipped camo, and it's photoreal in the certain spots. Some spots on this riser, because of the geometry, the geometry kind of stretched the photo, and so it's not photoreal in all the spots, you know, on the front here. If you're picky, that's, you know, maybe that's something that bugs you. For me, it's not a big deal. So anyway, like I said, I'm Brandon. This is a Bowtech Carbon Icon, new for 15. I'll see you guys shooting it in a minute, and hope you guys appreciate the video. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.